with, you're talking about the various complex elements coming together as if they're so slick now, because Cowboy Bill has been going for quite a number of years. Can you go back in your mind to developing and making the first primetime Cowboy Builders work, and some of the decision making around getting those things right, some of the considerations?
Yes, so I'm trying to think of things that we sort of got wrong or didn't because by the end we had this big format Bible and all these protocols, but before we knew all that, so a really good example is we didn't know that we needed to employ on our team for we needed to employ security experts on our team. We sort of guessed that we might need them a bit for these confronts, but what we didn't know is that we would probably need several days of them for each episode, and that they would be able to help us plan our confronts, for example. So so to say a bit more about when I say a confront, I think this is something that's technically called a doorstep, where you're interviewing someone that doesn't want to be interviewed. There's a huge amount of sort of health and safety concerns around that. You don't want someone to get punched. You don't want someone to get run over because you've done it somewhere really stupid in the middle of a road, which happened. No one got run over. But you want to, in this quite unpredictable situation, you want to find ways of controlling it. And I think on series 1, I can remember me and one of the directors trying to do our own sort of surveillance recce on a location, being sat there, and I picked this guy up. I'm talking about Ed Levan. I picked him up early one morning, and he was wearing like this pink T-shirt, and he had a copy of the Financial Times. And we drove down to this council estate in Bath to sort of hide out, and we were sort of trying to do this sort of stakeout of this house with no idea what we're doing, sort of basing it on things we'd seen in the movies. And people kept on coming out of their homes and going, "Are you all right? Can I help you?" And oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. And then we were trying to work out whether or not we had definitely had the right location where this guy lived, because we'd been sending him letters. We wanted to feel certain that he'd received our letters, and we, how we were going to do that. So we decided to sit outside his house. We ended up creeping up there was a cemetery next door to this bloke's house, and we thought, well, what we'll do, we've got his phone number, we'll phone the house, and if we can hear the phone ringing, then we'll know we've got the right house. So me and this director, we were hiding in this cemetery, ready to phone this house, and a vicar came out of nowhere and said, "Can I help you too?" And we immediately just constructed this elaborate lie that we were brothers, and we were looking for a relative that was dead. And it became clear very quickly that we were completely incompetent at surveillance, but surveillance that was something that we were going to have to do a lot of. So we had to change our budget. We found some brilliant teams of people that did this professionally. And we had to find that money from somewhere else. So I guess that's a really big thing we discovered. And by the last series, we were using these guys all the time. There's a whole other set of things I could tell you about in terms of the sort of the legal and kind of moral issues of using surveillance on people, and when that is right and when that's wrong, which we considered. But there was a big change there. I'm trying to think if there's any other good examples.